Hi, this is Taryn Watkins, and I wanted to do a comparison of Westlaw versus Nexus Uni, and I wanted to find the elements of negligence in Tennessee. So in Tennessee, what are the elements of negligence? Well, let's find out. Let's go over to Westlaw first, and let's type in elements of negligence. And hit the search bar. And so I'm searching elements of negligence in Tennessee. I've already changed my all states to Tennessee up here. So instead of just doing all states, I changed it to Tennessee because I want to narrow my search. I want all the cases in Tennessee. And so already in the overview, there shows the elements. In order to establish a prima facie claim of negligence, basically defined as the failure to exercise reasonable care, a plaintiff must establish the following essential elements. Number one, a duty of care owned by the defendant to the plaintiff. 2, conduct below the applicable standard of care that amounts to a breach of that duty. 3, an injury or a loss. 4, cause in fact. And 5, proximate or legal cause. Under it, you can go to a quote in the document here, but underneath there's a case, Giggers versus Memphis Housing Authority, that gives you those elements. Even though it has a little negative treatment right here with this yellow flag, it's a case that you can go to also get the elements. You can also view more details and get other cases with those same elements in there. And I'll give you a list, and it says at the top what are the elements of negligence, and it lists each one. That's Giggers versus Memphis Housing Authority, and then you can go down to other cases, Johnson versus CoreCivic Incorporated. So those are the elements of negligence. And if you go to Nexus Uni, we can also look up the elements and see how it comes up. So already it pops up with documents, the statutes, legal phrases, what I'm looking for, elements of negligence, and suggested questions. So my question is, what are the elements of negligence? So let's go with my question. And let's hit search in Nexus Uni. Okay. It pops up a little different, so it pops up with the news first when you search in Nexus Uni. To go to the cases, click on cases, or if you want to go to the statute, click on the statute. When I clicked on cases, it gave me the cases that have the elements of negligence in them. Up top, it gave, just like Westlaw, to prevail in negligence action, the plaintiff must prove in those elements. 1, duty owed to the plaintiff by the defendant. 2, breach of the duty of allowing conduct to fall below the applicable standard of care. And 3, a compensable injury that was approximately caused by the defendant's breach of duty. So it's listed a little different here than in Westlaw. Also, you have, just like the other one, you have your cases. Just like Westlaw, you have your cases that you can refer to. You can hit next and go to another case where the elements of negligence are listed. Here's Friends of Voices Royal Caribbean Cruises. So you can go there. You can also go to another one that lists the elements of negligence. And so it lists the same thing, and that's Sedano versus Aurora Loan Services. So those are the elements of negligence. This is just a shorter version, but your elements of negligence are a duty of care owned by the defendant to the plaintiff, conduct below the applicable standard of care that amounts to a breach of that duty, an injury or loss, or cause and effect, and 5, proximate or legal cause. I like Westlaw, and I like Nexus Uni. Nexus Uni is a little bit of a different kind of version. Like you can tell here, it's shorter, but it gives you plenty of cases. It actually gives you more cases than Westlaw does. It gives you 10,000. Over here, we only have 1,828 cases. So, but you still have secondary sources and different things. It's split up a little different in Westlaw. So I did notice that in Westlaw, the yellow flag means negative treatment here in Westlaw. Over there in Nexus Uni, they have the negative triangle, and they have the green triangle or star or whatever. So that's positive treatment, negative treatment. So that's kind of familiar for me. What I don't like is how the state part is showing up. You have to, when it does show how many cases are in Tennessee, true enough. What I don't like is that you have to keep putting in your state. So I got Tennessee. It's looking up Tennessee cases. But when I hit search again, it pops out. I don't like that part of it. I did notice that. I like the timeline of Nexus Uni, where you can narrow or, filter with the bar here. I do like that. Nexus Uni is actually easier to me, probably a little bit easier because it's broken down a little bit more. And here you have your actions, which is different. Include legal phrase equivalents. You do have some of the same things though, terms and connectors, and link to this page. The setup is different. So I guess once you learn the setup, then you're okay. Also, I do like the keyword on Nexus Uni. The keyword part was cool to me because I can look up keywords, I can hit more, and it's just broken down a little bit easier, I guess. I just didn't like that the state kept popping in and out. And then here in history, you have where you can put your documents. I do like the where you have your documents here and the Shepard citation here. So I did like the Shepard citation. Each one, you got your searches, your documents, and Shepard citation. You got over here, but Westlaw is kind of harder. I wouldn't say harder, but you have to play around with it. It's not just out there for you. You have to really figure it out and find different ways to find different things. And I guess Nexus Uni is like, everything's like right there. So, hey, that's what I like about it. I just don't like the fact you have to keep putting in your state. Every time you search something, you gotta change your state. It won't stick on there, just like Westlaw. But hey, we found out the elements of negligence, and there we go.